release your most rare gifts into the world. And this is what can happen when you give yourself radical permission to tap into your core soul gifts and offer them into the world. The number one thing that will happen, you will feel new energy, because it takes a lot of energy to hold back your gifts. It actually takes a lot of energy not to share your gifts with the world. So if you find yourself feeling more tired, more fatigued, more scattered, more bored with your life, I can assure you it is connected to you not giving your most rare, deeper creative gifts into the world. So, hi, this is Katerina Satori. I have been on this creative journey for a while, more than a decade. Everything that I have created in my life was as a result of deciding to value myself and to not stop until I find my most rare and deeper gifts. I was also willing to do whatever it took to learn whatever it took, whether it is marketing or sales or speaking on camera or making deals or negotiating or writing emails, whatever was necessary for me to be able to offer my deeper gifts into the world. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So, one of the reasons so many people are tired, chronically tired, and they don't have radiance, they don't have magnetism, is because it takes so much energy to hold back your voice. It takes so much energy not to share your genius. It takes so much energy to live as a bystander and to live on the surface of your life. So, if you want to do something different, and this is the year for you to take your quantum leap, right? New year 2025, a year of rebirth. In order for rebirth to happen, a death gets to happen first. So, year of the snake is here, year of wisdom. I love the snake. I love the serpent of wisdom. I love the power of Kundalini. I love the genius of being able to transform yourself again and again and again and again. I love tearing down the layers that is too small, right? That suffocate your radiance. I love this process, even if it's uncomfortable and painful. Even if it feels like you can't hold on to the old version of yourself. Once you go through this process of transformation, and again and again and again, you actually begin to enjoy it, because then you look at your reality in a fresh way. Every single day, you interact with your reality from the place of wonder and magic and awe. The question that you naturally ask when you wake up is this: I'm so curious what will happen today. I'm so curious, how will the universe surprise me today? I'm so curious, what will I learn about my ability to co-create with the cosmos? I'm so curious, what will I hear from the mind of the universe? I'm so curious what the universe has in mind for me. So this is a really big aha and insight that I wanted to share with you, that the solution for the chronic fatigue that we have on the planet is actually when people stop suppressing their genius. Why are we suppressing our most creative, deeper gifts? Well, for a gazillion reasons. We're terrified of rejection. We're terrified of failure. We're terrified of losing face. What else we're terrified of? So people will choose to live the lives of quiet desperation than to choose a life of authenticity and creative courage. You can't have both. I am here to take a big, bold, fat stand for liberate creativity. I love channeling many of my creative arms. I am birthing one, two, three, four things that I'll be focusing on this year. For those of you, my dear community, who've been in my classes, you know, it is so incredible. It is not a course, it is not an information, it is activation of your potential, of your courage. It's activation of the codes of a sovereign creator in you, right? I don't care about teaching courses. That what a boring thing. I care about gathering people together for a transformative journey. That when we spend time together, you don't see yourself in the old way. You see yourself in the new way. You see your potential, you see your power, you see your beauty, you see your incredible possibility. That's the gift of transformational learning. That's the gift of being a student and also being a teacher, right? When you meet a really gifted teacher, I've been blessed to sit at the feet of incredible teachers, you know, the energetic feet, not literally at the feet, right? And when you are in their presence, one story I want to tell you. So I grew up in Soviet Union in Russia, where Russia is known for high quality education, not because we had a lot of funding, but because the approach to education is very different from the West. When I was growing up in Soviet Union or any Europe, nobody is cuddling you. Nobody is giving you rewards for anything. Like it's a very strict learning environment. Discipline is a big thing, right? So when you grow up in that environment, you approach learning very differently. And unfortunately, in public schools, this probably can resonate here as well. But in the public school that I grew up in, the majority of teachers were deeply disconnected. They were robots, right? They would like hold the class, but their heart wasn't in it. Their soul wasn't in it. And I remember being bored out of my mind when I was taking math or physics or biology simply because the teacher was like a robot. There was no passion, but everything changed. Everything changed when I met my very first history teacher. That man, his charisma was bigger than life. And I couldn't wait for his class. Of course, I was sitting in the very front row. I did not want to miss a word that he said. And I thought I was curious about history, but after I took a semester with that teacher, I became a history lover. Because when he would talk about particular chapter of history, everything came alive. And I found myself being a part of that experience, reliving those events, thinking as people would be thinking at that time, agonizing about decisions that they were thinking about making. Like that's the power when you take a class or a training with a teacher who is deeply passionate about the topic. Everything changes. So why I'm bringing this up? Because it's an example of somebody who fully expressed their deeper gifts. As a teacher who worked at the public school, probably was getting paid peanuts for that work. But he brought his soul to every class. Every class felt meaningful. Every class was a work of art. And it left such an impression on me as a 10-year-old girl or 11 or 12-year-old girl. I never forgot that. And I can count on one hand Another teacher, when I went to my second college, I've been to three different colleges in my life because I was looking for my path for a really long time and I couldn't decide which direction to go. So I was at three different colleges. College number two in Europe, in Lithuania, I had a math teacher, and I really had a hard time connecting to math. Like, this is not the language that I spoke. And I couldn't understand that it doesn't make sense and I can't like connect to it. So, but that teacher, he would stay after class with me, and he would be so passionate in finding metaphors, in basically translating the logical language of math into a metaphorical language to make a connection with my right brain. And his love and his presence and his care made such an impression on me. And he showed me what a teacher, what a true teacher is like, the vibration of a true teacher. It's somebody who loves their craft and gives their deeper gifts. So, year 2025 is a year of hermit, year 9, year of harvest, year of completion. A hermit is somebody who studies, somebody who values knowledge and who loves wisdom as bliss. But a hermit doesn't just study for his own self mastery. I mean, maybe in the beginning it starts like that. Eventually, a hermit will be called out to share their discoveries with the world, with the village, with the community, with others. So, year 2025 is the year that invites us to transform our relationship with our deeper gifts, with our most rare gifts. And if you know what they are, then it's time to offer them to the world. If you know what they are and you don't know how to offer them to the world because you still are not willing to learn how to communicate about your gifts or how to market them or how to speak about your services with confidence and enthusiasm and passion, this is the year to get this handled. This is the year to become the marketer. This is the year to become the active promoter of your work so you could share your passion and your gifts with others. And if you already know your deeper gifts and your most rare gifts, and you ask yourself, how do I share them in a bigger way? It's time to step into a spotlight, into the light, and share your voice and teach in a more public way. This is what I do in my energy healer certification, mind mastery certification. I give my students my entire programs and my methods and my teaching modalities and just say, hey, take it. Take it to your community. Teach it as your own. Because this is exactly what made a difference for me when I was looking for I was looking for a way to step into my gifts. And I got certified in somebody's methodology. And I was simply following somebody else's method to get the practice on and to start being comfortable in that role in sharing my gifts. That was one of the most powerful decisions of my life, because it gave me confidence to stand on somebody's already created work and to open up my own style of sharing that. So this is what wanted to come through in this spontaneous live stream. I'll share it on YouTube and on Instagram. Hello, dear community. If you met me now for the first time, if you never met me before, I often do these live streams, also pre-recorded videos. I teach online since 2015. It's been an awesome journey. One of my dreams and visions is to redefine what online education can be. and to reignite the passion for learning, because learning, it gives us access to a new sense of power. Whenever we feel stagnated, lost on the path, confused about direction, not sure of ourselves, terrified of the future, or overly excited about the future, there is nothing like learning new things that can lift you up, that can expand your mind and give you a sense of empowerment. But it's the right kind of learning, right? Because it's vibrational experience. The right kind of learning, it's a multiple results that you receive. You not only receive new ideas, your mind that is being stretched to a new dimension, you also being activated with a new set of inspiration and new possibilities. A new world opens up to you. I have not found anything more powerful than learning. Yes, of course, connection, love, community, service, creativity, all of that is powerful. But it begins at, okay, it's time to learn something new. It's not about just taking another course. It's about, I'm going to learn a new way of being. I'm going to learn how to interact with the cosmos in a new way. I'm going to learn how to offer my deeper, most rare gifts into the world. It's not about taking another course. It's about transforming yourself and transforming your relationship with reality, with the cosmos. That is the art of true learning. And then the same way, we come to this reality, we come to take human incarnation for many reasons. Reason number one, to experience the pleasure of being alive. Let's not forget that. It's a very temporary movie, very brief picture, right? So while we have a physical body, we have the pleasure of feeling alive, the sensation. Then the second thing, we come to sort out the karmic baggage, right? We come to complete the lessons that we simply ran out of time in the previous incarnation. And because those lessons are incomplete, the soul has no choice but to take another body and to come back and do the whole show again. This is why when you progress in your consciousness, you have this deep desire to clean up the karmic mess, because you want to experience next incarnation in a different way, a little bit lighter, not as heavy, not as the same repeating drama, melodrama, right? So you come back, we come back, all of us come back to complete certain lessons. But then there is another couple of objectives. We take an incarnation to learn and to expand our understanding of reality and ourselves as creators. But then at the same side, we also come to teach. We come to learn and we come to teach, two sides of the same coin. And we all are teachers. We teach. Our message is our life. Our life is our testimony. And we learn that we each have these precious, unique, rare gifts. And when we don't share them, we experience life from the eyes of dullness, from the eyes of boredom. We say, I feel so tired. Nothing excites me. Nothing really moves me. And I would say, which of your deeper creative gifts you are not sharing? Because once you do, you unleash a new form of energy. So on this note, this was a spontaneous, I'm drinking cacao over here. I'm wishing everyone a fantastic weekend. I have an immersion on Saturday. And what that is, you may ask? It's a client experience for a whole day. For a whole day. Clients come and spend the day together, sometimes 2 days, sometimes 3 days. The longest immersion I've ever delivered, 3 days. I say, give me 3 days of your life and your life will not be the same. Why? 3 days is the optimum length for a shift, incubation, integration, transformation. Is really, really powerful. Not everybody can invest 3 days of their life to receive personal growth and personal shift of life. Some clients come for 1 day, some clients come for 2. So this Saturday, we have a client immersion where we focus on transforming, activating, expanding confidence, leadership training, visionary work. You know, we all have a vision that we do not yet realize, every single one of us. If we truly stop and consider that. And the burden of unrealized vision is what makes us feel tired. The moment you decide to move towards your vision, you actually begin to feel energy. You begin to feel energized. You begin to feel a momentum. You begin to feel excited. You begin to feel fire in your soul. Finally, I'm moving towards that vision. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know the end result. I don't know what will work, but I am not standing still. I am not in limbo. I am not in this weird energy in between. I am moving forward. So my work as a transformational leader and a mentor is to ignite that forward movement in my clients, because I know that limbo state, so exhausting. Not only exhausting, it's depressing, but it's really exhausting. It drains your energy. So with a lot of Leo in my chart, I have 5 planets in Leo. As you can tell, there's a lot of fire. It's a gift to channel so much fire, right? It's such a gift, and I love igniting fire in others. Brings me so much joy because, you know, in my 2 decades of this deep exploration of consciousness, of life, of traveling beyond dimensions, being this psychedelic explorer as I am, I have found again and again that every single one of us has these very rare, deeper, creative gifts. And when you have it, it means the universe has a place for your creative gift to be expressed. The universe doesn't waste energy. So if you've been given with a particular set of gifts, it's because they are needed to be expressed on the world. So, okay, I'm not gonna go even further. It's already been 23 minutes and I would like to go and get some snacks because today I'm spending some time in a love bubble. Yeah, in a love bubble with a wonderful man. If you'd like to connect about everything that I will be sharing this year, darlings, I have 4 areas that I will be focused on. Area number 1, one-on-one clients. Still work with them. Yes, yes, brings me joy. I actually feel a complete renaissance in my one-on-one work. I work with established business owners, creatives, entrepreneurs, right? I don't work with beginners on one-on-one for many reasons. I have a huge virtual library where I recommend people to start on-demand courses. Second, I teach mystery school this year. The doors are open. I am so beyond excited to open up this deeper journey for those who want several things. Mystery School is a deep spiritual wisdom journey. So if you desire to learn about the mysteries, you are at a particular level of your consciousness where you want those topics. You want to know how to activate your energy grid, how to activate your multidimensional connection, how to activate your psychic power so you can affect matter with your consciousness, how to become masterful and effortless manifester, how to create by thought alone. Underneath all of that, if you're fascinated by what happens with your soul when you die, if you want to crack immortality code while you're still alive, useful thing to do. It kind of removes the fear of death, and when you're not afraid to die, you live differently, right? You live very differently. And then also, Mystery School, if you love the topic of magic, if you want to understand how real magic works, and magic is learning how to work with hidden energies that shape our reality. Magic is learning when to set specific ritual and intention and to invoke a particular ancient deity to co-create with the universe what do you desire to co-create. Magic is real, real. So in the mystery school tradition that I am bringing through, the lineage starts in ancient Egypt, but it goes further than that. It goes to Atlantis and Lemuria. We are going to be apprenticed with the ancient gods, right? So it's a channeled experience. Yes, I've got the structure. I've got the Google Doc, 10 pages if you want to read it all. But I want to be clear with everybody who's drawn to this journey, it's a channeled experience. I mean, it gonna stream from the cosmic mind to activate the abilities and new realities for us. So that's Mystery School. It's application only. And I'm also going to be focused on teachers' trainings. Last year, I led 3 teacher trainings, and it brought the most incredible amount of joy to take a program that I have birthed and created and to give it to my students and to say, take it to your community. Take these tools and take it to your community. Teach it as your own. So that's very exciting, and it will continue to happen. I'm also having this vision to lead Leadership Academy this year. The vision is still downloading. I'm receiving it, whether it's going to be a year-long program or not. I'd like to create a transformational leadership console kind of experience where people with real big visions for the betterment of humanity come together and support and empower each other. This may sound controversial for some. I don't believe leadership can be taught. I find that leadership can only be modeled. So when we gather together in a transformational leadership console, like in ancient times, we watch each other leadership style and we get inspired by unique leadership codes of each other. I am seeing this is an evolutionary paradigm of leadership. How many leadership books out there? Have you finished at least one of them or 2? Most leadership books that exist on the planet are boring and dry. Why? Proves my assumption that leadership cannot be taught. It's not something that you read in a book. It can only be modeled. So when you are around inspiring leaders, you don't pedestal them. You don't think that they are, these infallible humans, because then you're going to create a massive disappointment. How many times I hear, oh, I thought this person was the moment you pedestal somebody, the moment you pedestal someone, you create your own disappointment. Leaders are regular human beings, imperfect, fallible. They simply decide to act on their vision instead of just talk about it. That's what separates leaders from not leaders. Leaders act and non-leaders talk. So this idea behind transformational leadership console that I am sensing, I'm feeling, whenever you're going to watch this as a replay on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, It's all timeless. Reach out to me if you resonate with this vision because I wanted to convey that first. Not interested in teaching leadership because I don't think it can be taught. It can be modeled. It can be embodied. It can be experienced in a situation. Right? So that's what I wanted to share. I don't know who is with me, but whoever is with me, hey, thank you for keeping me company. This was a channeled conversation. I have cacao to finish. And it's been a beautiful rainy day, my dear community. February is the time where it rains in California. I don't mind it. It's very mystical, contemplative. Last night it rained so hard. It was so beautiful. I was falling asleep, listening to the rain. It was majestic. It was majestic. You know, just really, really beautiful. I wanted to share that with you because the rain is going to be here tomorrow and then the sun comes on Saturday. So if you'd like to experience, I got this in Peru, this beautiful shawl that I'm wearing. I got this in Peru, the land of my heart. Every year I say, it's time to move to Peru, but I'm still in California because Spirit wants me here. Spirit says, I need you here. I say, yes, okay, we're gonna hang out here for a minute. So, my dear ones, if you'd like to experience these one-on-one immersions that I host, I'm not gonna do them forever. There is always an end to something. So while I'm offering them as a standalone offer outside of a year-long mentorship experience, come experience a day where you have somebody hold space for you, somebody who can help you birth the vision that only you can bring into the world, and also help you recognize your most rare gifts. Not only recognize, but also articulate their power. And not only that, also brainstorm the plan of how you can monetize your most rare gifts. Because in the divine design of how this was all originally created, we would incarnate on the planet knowing that our most rare gifts would support us. We would know that we would be able to find our creativity and then learn how to translate our creativity into the value that other people will be glad to invest. So that's the journey. That's the creative alchemy. The purpose of life is to find your gift. The meaning of life is to give it away. But give it away, give it generously, but also give it in a way that it supports you and you living fully, you being nourished, you being supported. On this note, I feel complete. It was fun to connect with you. Happy weekend if you're celebrating Valentine's weekend. Have a beautiful celebration. If you're celebrating love, if you're celebrating life, if you're just celebrating the opportunity to tune in and to get inspired, I'm gonna join there with you. If you would like to be a part of any of the 4 things that I focus and deliver this year, send me DM, email me, reach out. I'm very easy to reach for professional requests. And we'll sit down and I would love to hear about your vision and what are you creating, where are you getting in your own way, where you're not valuing your most rare and precious gifts, and how we can shift that and turn it around. Thank you so much. Until next time.